Welcome to the Day 2 highlight show from the World Cup Qualifier held at the Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista, close to San Diego, Southern California, brought to you by USA Field Hockey. After Day 1, the standings: USA topping the pool with a 7-0 victory over Mexico, with Korea and Belgium also on 3 points each. Canada, France and Mexico yet to get on the scoreboard and yet to score points, which they'll be looking to change today. And our schedule for today starts off at a 10:15 match with Canada against the number 11 ranked Korean team. Mexico play Belgium in our middle contest, and the home nation USA will play against the European French side at 2:45. Here's the highlights from today's play. And so to our first game of the day, where Canada took on the heavily favoured Koreans. And the Koreans it was who got off to a flying start, with So Kyung Lee scoring a penalty corner in the 9th minute. Azealia Liu in the Canadian goal made a number of good saves in the first half, but it was Korea who were the more powerful and more dominant side, and indeed seemingly went 2-0 ahead, but the umpires conferring and coming to the conclusion that the goal should not be disallowed, one would suggest correctly. But the Koreans not to be outdone, Mi-hyun Park coming straight back down the other end and scoring a quality goal on the backhand. Koreans led the game 2-0 at half-time, although without the sterling efforts of Liu in the Canadian goal, it would possibly have been more. Second half action, again Liu starting where she left off from the first half, making a quality save, but it was the Koreans who went 3-0 up with a quality counter-attack goal from Yong-hee Kim in the 47th minute. Koreans struck again through the tournament informed striker Mi-hyun Park in the 56th minute with another strong backhand finish, Liu with no chance in the Canadian goal. Park again with an opportunity at the far post, this time unable to take the seemingly easy opportunity, and indeed it was Korea who were pressing down the Canadians all day long, Canada unable to get the ball out of the backfield, and Koreans on occasion taking some injuries for their efforts. But it was Seo Ki-chen in the 65th minute scoring a penalty corner, and again in the 68th minute to give the Koreans a comfortable finishing score of 6-0 versus Canada. And so to our second game of the day, Mexico ranked 36th in the world playing Belgium ranked 18th, and Belgium on the scoreboard first with a similar corner variation to how they scored in yesterday's game versus Canada. Jill Boone with the execution, Belgium 1-0 up after 10 minutes. 22nd minute, Sophie Heerts puts Belgium 2-0 up. Soon after, 25th minute, Valerie Vermeersch with a straight strike from a corner, and it's all Belgium in the first half. Belgium ending up the half 4-0 to the good, with a Sophie Heerts goal right on the half-time siren. Second half, Belgium pushing forward, looking seemingly to achieve a greater goal difference than the USA team achieved yesterday against Mexico for that psychological advantage, but frustration for the Belgian team as they pushed forward and hit the post and missed a lot of opportunity to score. But it was Anouk Rees adding to her tally from yesterday, eventually putting Belgium 5-0 up. And the 6th goal of the day, a clever finish from, again, Sophie Heerts, her hat-trick for the day. And Belgium pushed forward and continued to seek that 7th and indeed 8th goal, but were unable to get the finishing touches, and Belgium finishing clear and comfortable victors against a Mexican side 6-0. Our final match of the day was the 25th ranked French side against the host nation USA, number 10 ranking in the world, and the USA dominated early. Claire Lawback with an early opportunity from a corner, indeed 2 early opportunities from corners, neither of which were successful. The USA pushed forward looking for an early goal, but it wasn't until the 27th minute that Katie Reinprecht was able to knock the ball over the line under intense pressure around the penalty spot to give the USA a 1-0 lead. But the goal noticeably relaxed the USA side, and Jessie Guy almost immediately getting another opportunity to push the USA further ahead. But it was Marion Ford getting the second goal with a clever intercept in the pressing game, a nice elimination of the goalkeeper, and having the calmness of mind to finish into the empty goal, giving the USA a 2-0 half-time lead. Ford's goal coming in the 29th minute. The French were able to get some opportunities early in the second half, this penalty corner option nearly sneaking through the pads of Amy Tran, but Tran and Falgowski doing enough. USA showing their strength of character, coming right down the other end of the field, and Crandall with a hard ball into the circle deflected by O'Donnell to give the USA a 3-0 lead. That was the end of the scoring for the US for the day, but some hard and punishing defending given here, Caitlin Falgowski taking one for the team, enabled the US to keep the door shut on the French. And although they persisted and attempted to score more, and the US were unable to convert any of their opportunities, here we see a variation from Rachel Dawson being run down by the French defence, and the French going down to 10 players. With a green card, a 2-minute suspension in this tournament for killing the play within 5 metres of a fast restart. We see the French defender getting a marching orders for a 2-minute suspension. And the US dominated much of the game and would have been disappointed not to be able to get more return, particularly O'Donnell looking sharp in the front with this mazy dribble, but nothing coming of it. And the US finished the day with a comfortable 3-0 victory and 6 points after 2 games. And so a recap of day 2 at the World Cup qualifier here at the Olympic Training Center in San Diego, California. In the first game of the day, the Koreans were too strong for the Canadians with a comfortable 6-0 win. Mexico were outdone by the Belgians, 6-0 also. And in the final game of the day, the USA winning against the stout defensive play from the French side, the USA winning 3-0. And how that affects our standings, Korea take over the lead on nothing more than the alphabet, as Korea and the USA have 10 goals for and 0 against with 6 points. Also with 6 points, the Belgian side with 8 goals for, and none of the top 3 sides have yet to concede a goal. Canada, France and Mexico bring up the bottom of the table. And looking forward, a rest day tomorrow of course, but on Monday, Korea play Mexico in our first game. Canada and the French will be looking to get the first points of the tournament, and the big game of the day, the host nation, the USA team, will play Belgium at 2:30 on Monday, March 29th. You can keep up to date with all USA games, live text commentary available from usafieldhockey.com, and stay in touch with the happenings at the World Cup qualifier via Twitter and Facebook pages. Thanks very much for watching the highlight show. We look forward to bringing you more action from sunny San Diego on Monday night. Bye for now.